Scoliosis Awareness Month is an initiative originally started by the Scoliosis Research Society that has now grown worldwide. And the idea behind it is if we can raise awareness about scoliosis, then we have the potential to pick up scoliosis early. And we know through recent research, particularly some of the bigger trials, that the earlier we intervene with bracing, the earlier we intervene with exercise, then the better the outcome is going to be for the patient.
I'm 16 years old. I'm going to turn 17 in a few months. I'm a hip hop dancer. I absolutely love to dance. Dance is something that I've been doing since I was really young. So I found out I had scoliosis on the way to a dance class. Actually, my sister kicked the back of my chair in the car. And when I went to the doctors after, because I had really bad rib pain, I found out that I actually had scoliosis. I had never heard of scoliosis before, so I was pretty confused. But after finding out exactly what it was kind of eye-opening and quite life-changing, really.
When I was 9 years old, my mum found a hump on my back, and then we went and got an x-ray and I found out I had scoliosis.
Well, she was sitting on her bed and she was sort of like hunched over, and I said, sit up straight. So she sat up straight, but I could still see this hump thing. And then I thought, what is that hump? So I thought, I'm going to get it checked. And I went to get it checked and they told me it was scoliosis. So at that stage, I'd never heard of scoliosis.
Well, I actually didn't find out really till about 2007, but as a child growing up in a Catholic primary school, the nuns were always telling me to stand up straight, don't stoop, and you're round shoulders. So I couldn't stand up and I had problems going through life. So 2007, when I was trying to learn golf and failed miserably, the doctor sent me for an x-ray, and then he gave me a long chat about my spine and said, you have got a problem.
I didn't know what scoliosis was. When I found out, I felt scared and worried.
Well, I found out that it's a curvature of the spine that can get worse in time and would need either bracing or surgery. As a mum, I felt very scared and very worried. They said, we're looking into surgery, but that was going to be my last option.
I guess when I found out about scoliosis and when I was diagnosed and I kind of got an idea of how severe it was kind of just really life-changing in a way that a lot of what I used to do got taken away.
And as a parent, that's the hardest thing to hear, really. Like, you try every option not to actually have surgery, obviously, and we just kept searching and searching and searching for the best option.
Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine that occurs primarily in children as they're growing, but it can also occur in adults as they get older and their spine starts to wear out. And essentially what happens is, in children that are growing, the spine starts to bend and starts to twist. In adults, as they get older, the spine starts to degenerate and it starts to twist as it collapses.
It's a three-dimensional deformity, so there's also changes in the spine when you look down from above and also when you look from the side. Scoliosis can sometimes affect someone's cosmetic appearance, so there may be an unleveling of the shoulders or a difference in the waist curves from one side to another, and that can affect people's self-esteem or their self-image. In other cases, patients can get pain around the site of their scoliosis, so in certain areas where the curve is most severe, they can get pain at those points just through muscular pain or irritation of joints and other structures around that area.
So one of the reasons that we want to raise awareness about scoliosis is because somewhat a hidden condition. You know, we often say that if your spine was on your face, you'd take better care of it. And scoliosis is hidden. It's hidden under your skin, it's hidden under your clothes. And, you know, we often don't even know that those people around us have scoliosis. And if we can raise awareness about it early, then there are things that we can do to limit those impacts.
For a long period, there's been very little confidence in the treatment for scoliosis. Basically, the outlook has always been that surgery is done for severe curves, and in between observing and doing surgery, there's been a lot of question marks as to whether the conservative management works for scoliosis. However, there is overwhelming evidence nowadays that the conservative management is very good for scoliosis, and there are definite categories that should be treated.
It hasn't been until recently that there's been really good research, the highest level 1 evidence, randomized control trials, that now show that treatments such as bracing can help scoliosis. And if it's caught early enough, even treatments such as scoliosis-specific exercise can help.
Scoliosis can come in infants, it can come in juveniles or adolescents. Adolescents have a really fast growth spurt, so we do see changes really rapidly in those cases, especially from 11 years onwards when they do start hitting the adolescent growth spurt. Once a scoliosis is present, it is generally something that is present lifelong. So awareness is not only important because of what's happening in a teenager. Awareness is what could happen down the line.
When I got diagnosed, my treatment at first seemed like surgery was the only option. It's been quite a long journey, but it's opened my eyes and helped me become a more determined and motivated person, so I am very thankful for it.
There is a type of scoliosis that develops in older adults, and it's one that comes on spontaneously, but it starts affecting the posture of the adult. The adult will notice that they're starting to lean a little bit more to one side or starting to lean forward.
When I was told I had scoliosis, I was actually a bit annoyed because I knew of teenagers who had that, and no one had ever used those words to me. I got Bruce on the 14th of March. I've called my brace Bruce. He's incredibly supportive. He's got my back. I'm already reaching the feeling that I want him on more. It's just trying to find the manoeuvrability and the flexibility when I'm wearing him. So he has made already a big improvement in my life. People have said to me that I'm standing taller. I had lost 5 centimetres in 5 years in height, which is massive. And friends and my husband have commented on my fabulous new figure. I've got a bust line, yes.
She has to wear the brace 23 hours, 7 days a week and do 7 days a week exercise of the SEAS program. There are some days where you break down and you think, I can't do this, but you can. You can do this. You just got to stay strong and you can do this and you can fight. You can.
I wish I knew how life-changing scoliosis was and really what it was in the first place. I did not know.
So we've seen big change, structurally with her body. Mentally, she's gone through a lot, but it's just made her stronger and more determined just to keep fighting it.
I would tell my friends just to get checked, to tell people they know to get checked, because you never know. I didn't know. You have to be aware of it. You have to know that it's there, and you have to know that it's always going to be a possibility. So just get checked. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. Just get checked.
The advice I'd give other mums is definitely get your kids checked. Doesn't matter if they don't even have anything showing signs, symptoms, anything, because I only found out because she's got a hump, but it was too late by then. So if you get them checked just to check that there's no scoliosis and you get the degree earlier, the outcome is so much better, so much. And then you may not even need a brace, it might just be exercise, but if you do need the brace, at least you get it when it's early.
There are now fantastic resources available for parents and available for families where they can even screen their own children at home. And these resources really help that early intervention, picking it up early so that these patients can get treatment as soon as possible.
If you haven't found out until you're older that you've got scoliosis, and it tends to be older women who this happens to, I would be saying, don't be afraid. The life you're having now is deteriorating, as mine has been. You want to stop that. You want to embrace life. Life is for living. It means I don't have to get old so quickly. I will not let that old woman in. The door's shut, she's out. Done.
My future outlook is just to keep going, to help people with scoliosis, just to raise awareness. If I can just help one person, it'd mean the world to me. To have them not go through what I went through, I would just love to be able to raise awareness, inform people of how severe this could be. And just, now I just want to get into it. Even when I'm older, I'd love to come study scoliosis, help people with that. So it would be awesome, yeah.
She's monitored, so she's out of the operation stage, which is really good. And we just got to keep training, keeping fit, and just to sort of see how each day goes and over the years, and just keep monitoring it, obviously. It's a great result. I'm very proud of her, actually. She's been amazing. I know we've had some rocky days, bad days, but I'm so proud of her because she's the one that's been so determined. And honestly, she's an amazing child, and she's been fighting through it. She really has. I give her full credit.
There's definitely a positive side to scoliosis in everyday life. Like again, just becoming a more resilient person, learning time management as well in terms of school and exercise and bracing. It just, like, as much as there are downsides, the positives do outweigh them in a lot of cases. Like, just everything to you as a person, becoming stronger, becoming more resilient. Yeah, that's just been an amazing part of my journey, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.